You probably tried dieting before, or maybe you're thinking about starting. But here's the thing most people don't realize. There is a right way and a wrong way to lose weight. Now, how do I know? Because I've dieted 3 times in my life. I've lost 30 pounds, 50 pounds, gotten beach ready, and I learned the hard way of what not to do. So today, I'm breaking down exactly what went wrong so you can skip the trial and error and get it right the first time. So the first time I dieted, I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to lose weight. That was the only goal. So I saw a friend who dropped a ton of weight and I asked him how he did it. And he said, oh, I just eat 1,500 calories a day and just run every morning. So that's exactly what I did. I just completely copied what he said. Just followed my random friend's advice. And this is where a lot of people start and where do they go wrong, because there is no strength training, no plan, no actual plan, and zero clue why it's working. So in my head, I told myself, I'll lose the weight first, and then I'll have the confidence to go into the gym. Spoiler alert, that didn't end up happening. Now, at first, it looked like it was working. The scale dropped, my clothes got looser, and I remember thinking, oh shit, it's kind of working. Until one morning, I caught my reflection and I realized something was off. I was smaller, but I didn't look fit. I looked weak. It was like someone shot me with a shrink gun. All my clothes were hanging off me. My pants were bunched up at the belt. My shirt was sagging like I'd melted inside of them. And sure, I'd lost 30 pounds, but what I didn't know at the time was that I lost all my muscle too. So when I finally stepped into the gym, I learned what that really meant. I mean, every single weight felt heavy. The empty bar might as well have been welded to the rack because I was 155 pounds and weak as hell. And years later, I realized what had happened. Losing weight isn't the same thing as losing fat, and that's the thing that you have to understand. What I actually done was burn off muscle, slow my metabolism under the wrong idea that just because I was smaller, that was better. That first diet taught me a few things. Sure, I learned how to track calories, eat a little cleaner, quit smoking, and I proved I could commit to something. But it also taught me what not to do, because I didn't learn how to build a strong, lean body. I just learned how to shrink the one I had. And that's where most people get stuck. They diet by focusing on the food and cardio and completely ignore the gym, when the truth is, the gym is what makes the diet worth it. So you can lose weight fast doing almost anything, but if you don't train your body to hold on to muscle, you're just trading one problem for another. So yeah, the first diet, 30 pounds down, but zero confidence went up. And I ended up going on a dirty bulk to make up for it, which led to more problems, but that's a story for another day. I just told myself, next time I'll just do it smarter, which was 6 years later, by the way. And I did. But that smart approach, it turned into a whole different kind of mistake. The one most people are still actually making right now, sometimes also when they hire a coach. So after that first disaster of a cut, I told myself, all right, this time I'm gonna do it smarter. By now, I was a trainer. I understood calories, macros, recovery, the science. I was coaching clients, helping them lose weight. So I figured, how hard could it be for me? So I signed up for a powerlifting meet and I needed to make the 165 pound class. So I was sitting around 190. So I had plenty of time, right? Slow and steady, right? Because that's what everyone says is sustainable. So I started tracking everything because it's calories in, calories out, hit my protein, did my strength training, Stairmaster, the whole nine. And technically it worked. The scale moved just like it was supposed to, but halfway through the cut, my body started turning on me. So I'd wake up exhausted even after sleeping. Workouts felt heavier every week instead of lighter. My pump was gone. My mood sucked. I was fighting hunger all day, every day. I had protein pudding for dessert for my sweet tooth, grapes for sanity, and then I'd stare at the fridge like it was hiding something from me. And the crazy part was I was doing everything right. This is called flexible dieting, and it sounds great in theory. You eat what you want, just hit your calories. But when your calories are low and your macros are out of balance, you don't feel flexible, you just feel fried. Because this is what they say, you can lose 10 pounds without giving up donuts, but what they don't tell you is that donuts aren't very filling, so you just end up being hungry all the time. So by month 5, I was a walking zombie. Cardio and training was torture. I tell my clients, listen to your body while completely ignoring mine. And 7 months later, I made the weight, 165 on the dot, and I should have been proud, but instead, I was just done. I water cut the last few pounds, weighed in, and the first thing I did was hit a buffet like it was the promised land. I spent 7 months chasing discipline only to rebound hard the second it was over. And that's when it hit me. Everyone preaches that slow and steady is the sustainable route, but if it leaves you feeling miserable, tired, and starving, then what's so sustainable about that? So this is what I realized. It's not the speed that breaks people, it's the structure, or really the lack of one. Because when you're patchworking tips together, like calories in, calories out, Stairmaster for 30 minutes at this speed, just gym, bro. You're not really following a plan, you're just reacting, managing fatigue, hunger, and guilt instead of following a real system. So yeah, the second diet was smart, science-based, well-tracked, all the tips you hear on social media, and yet it failed the same way. I couldn't keep it up. I realized slow and steady isn't sustainable if it's built on willpower alone. You need a system that makes sustainability automatic, a way to flip the switch on when you need to cut and off when you need to live. And that realization is what led me to build Enter the Protocol, the system that finally made speed and sustainability exist in the same sentence. So by the time I decided to diet again, I'd already failed twice. The first time I got smaller but weaker. The second time I got lean but miserable. So this time I wasn't just trying to lose weight again, I was trying to solve the problem of fat loss for good. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I was tired of treating every diet like a crash course. Tired of guessing, tracking, overanalyzing, and still feeling like I was spinning my wheels. So I built something different, something I could actually repeat, and I tested it. I tested it on myself and my clients, and even on the challengers in my fitness community. And that's when I realized I built something truly repeatable, a system that works no matter who you are or what life looks like that week. I called it Enter the Protocol. And the goal is simple: make weight loss fast, easy to follow, and repeatable without wrecking my body or my energy. And this time I didn't just wing my meals. I ate for performance, meals that kept me full, strong, and consistent. I didn't pick cardio that I hated. I picked cardio that I could actually stick to. Short, simple, and effective. I didn't spend 2 hours in the gym trying to earn my food. I just trained hard for less time, and I got stronger every week. And the wild part is it worked better than anything else I'd ever done. So in 4 months, I went from 212 to 165 pounds, 50 pounds gone, no burnout, no breakdown, no rebound. I still had energy, still had strength, and for the first time, I actually kind of liked the process. It was actually kind of fun because I just saw the fat just melt right off. And that's when I realized what I've been missing all along, that it's not speed that ruins your diet, it's chaos. The first time I went fast with no structure. The second time I went slow with too much overthinking. But this time I had structure with speed. And that's what made it work. Everyone preaches slow and steady, but slow isn't automatically sustainable. Sustainable is when the process makes sense, when every moving piece fits together. And that's what the protocol became for me. A system that removes guesswork, simplifies the process, and lets me just flip the switch on whenever I want to cut without having to start over. So if you've been dieting, tracking everything, eating clean, doing all the things right, and still not getting anywhere, it's probably not you. It's probably the system that you're using. Now, you don't need another meal plan or diet template. I don't recommend that. You need a framework that actually fits your life, that keeps your energy up while the weight drops off, and that's exactly why I built Enter the Protocol for. It's the same system I used to lose 50 pounds in 4 months, and it's the same one my clients use now to get lean without hating life. So if you want to skip all the mistakes that I made and run the same system, I left it for you in the link down below so you can start running it for yourself. And if you're curious how I did it, I actually broke down the entire system step by step in this video right here. It walks you through everything that I just talked about in full detail, so make sure to watch that next. So thanks for watching. Stay strong, and I'll see you on the next one.